My name is Joshua Wilson,
My name is Zoe Wilson.
and we moved up here from Texas because we have some family here. Zoe is born here but left at an early age, and we found this church, A, because it's closer, and B, because we do have some family that attends.
I ended up talking to my aunt, Kimberly Cofield, and we were looking for a church. We were going to go from church to church, but it gives me anxiety to do that. So we contacted Aunt Kim, and she said, "Why don't you try Hope Wesley?" And we're like, "Okay." And as soon as we got here, I got overwhelmed because everyone was greeting us. But it was a good thing because our kids ended up feeling already like it was home.
Yes, the children's church would probably be one of the biggest reasons we stuck it out in that first couple Sundays and didn't skip over to like the Lutheran church in town, which we had planned on doing if just to try them all out. The way that this church has kind of shaped our faith is when we were back in Texas, if we were just way too stressed out, we were more of the find it on Facebook or just the, hey, we had set it aside when times had kind of gotten tough. But since we've been here and since we've been consistently actually going after our little hiatus of a couple years, life has turned around. Realistically, the mental stress has gone down. Our life is a little more stable. But now that we're here and we're settled in and we've got a church we're comfortable in, it's definitely more of a daily or weekly thing when things are looking like, hey, what are we going to do next? It's the two-word answer, God's plan. I mean, it's a simple answer.
I would say the pumpkin patch. After church, we saw that all the families were gathering and eating lunch, and Caitlin was taking pictures of all of us as we were changing clothes of our kids. She's like, "Oh, the Wilsons aren't ready." And then we gathered at the pumpkin patch, and it was just fun seeing just all the kids connect and being nice because we haven't had some of the older kids in our other pastimes be very nice to our kids. So it was really good to see them all work together and do that maze.
That was like what solidified, like, hey, this is gonna be a good church we can get active in. Just because we know y'all try to, it's not just church. It's not just, hey, you're here for an hour, go home.
For me, I would say Caitlin and Alyssa. Whenever I first walked in to the church, Alyssa was always running around just greeting people and trying to get things together. She would always look at me, and she finally greeted me once she found out that I was pregnant. And we have come closer ever since. And then Caitlin obviously came up to me as soon as she knew I had kids, and just really took our kids in as her own.
Yeah, Caitlin and Alyssa really brought us in and allowed us to get more comfortable with other people. I mean, they're the big reason I'm back in the media room, and now I'm chilling back there sometimes, even days when I don't have media room. If I'm at the church early, I'm popping in back there to say hi. They really were the biggest factor in kind of saying, hey, this is a safe place. And they were the ones encouraging us to get involved and keep the children involved.
I would say we go back to Caitlin and Alyssa. They really helped me be comfortable. We weren't planning on having a baby shower for our baby. We were just gonna go with the flow and figure it out on our own. But Alyssa definitely said, "Hey, no, I'm going to give you a baby shower," and it was just so nice. Not even just it wasn't about the gifts. It was about just sitting together, learning who all is related to each other, and talking about just different things. And I feel like they've really helped me come back to my faith because whenever we did the women's group, I heard a bunch of stories from the older ladies and the younger ladies, and some of them kind of matched up to my story of life. So that really helped that I wasn't alone in my story.
I would say we've never had that kind of help with the other two boys. The meal train was honestly, a lot more helpful than clothes. Personally dropping off a home cooked meal that I can throw in the oven or just scoop right out on the plate is a lot better than $5 worth of clothes that you found at Walmart or a pack of wipes. Like, yes, that stuff does help, but that stuff eventually needs to be replaced. The memories of going out to dinner with the men, that was something no one's ever done for me. And that was an experience I've never had with either kid. So feeling included as a father in that, like, hey, the baby's here. Even if it wasn't my first one, y'all still went out of your way because it was our first one at this church. And feeling included was really, really definitely a big help with taking some of the stress off. Actually, a lot of the stress off of that baby.
I would say my hope is that we get more younger kids involved because they're our next generation, and that they just see how connected that the kids are downstairs.
I'm hoping that them seeing me back in the media room as a younger gentleman and maybe them wanting to get involved in technology as the church starts to get more and more technology, I'm hoping that wants them to get more involved in the stuff that will click on their level. It's going to click a lot better if they're looking at the stuff that they've grown up with, that they're familiar with. And I'm hoping that as they transition out of children's church, even at a younger age, that's something they can start easing into.
I would say just get involved. Like, this isn't just church, this is home, this is family. Involvement is really important. And once you're involved, you just want to come back.
Yeah, scan that QR code. Take that jump. You know what it is. You've got a phone.
I hope you can use that. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
I just want to say thank you to the church for definitely welcoming us in whenever we first came in and helping us with our baby girl and our boys. It makes church service a lot easier for me whenever he has media room to know that I can still focus on the sermon, and I know that they're safe downstairs and learning too.